today. As Stefan mentioned, I'm calling from. Our focus is very much on shoring up livelihoods and support to local food production. And the reason why we're concentrating on this area is because the importance of agriculture to the lives of rural populations in Afghanistan simply cannot be overstated. Agriculture is indispensable in keeping the people of Afghanistan fed, keeping them alive, and keeping them self-reliant.
Very much for that eye-opening brief.
Millions of rural Afghans depend on agriculture for food and income. Agriculture represents more than a quarter, just over 25% of the GDP of the country. It directly employs some 45% of the workforce of the country, and perhaps most importantly, provides livelihood benefits for fully 80% of the Afghan population. So, I mean, those numbers alone tell you just how indispensable agriculture is in the context of Afghanistan and why FAO is concentrating on this.
You think we'll go to ED Letter, Associated Press?
More than half of Afghans' daily calorific intake comes from wheat. This crop is simply indispensable in food security terms. Most of the wheat grown in the country is sourced from rain-fed agriculture, the rain-fed winter season. So the clock is very much ticking in this regard. I mentioned the end of September as being a key starting point for planting. FAO in that regard has already mobilized significant support. We have resources in place to support an extra 1.25 million Afghans for this winter season, but much more is needed. I wanted to say that FAO's package in responding to winter wheat is compelling in terms of the investment that it represents and the transformational nature that it represents. Our package of wheat and fertilizer and support costs $150. That's it. For $150, a family of 7 Afghans will produce 1.2 million tons of wheat. I mean, these are a lot of numbers, but just to say they'll produce enough wheat to give them cereal and flour for an entire 12-month period.
So much for the briefing. Just wanted to follow up.
Those are resources that are going to support wheat packages for this winter season, support concentrate animal feed and vet support for herders and livestock owning families, some support for rice, horticulture and vegetable growers. And I should say the cash assistance is a key component for us. The most vulnerable families don't necessarily have access to land.
The screen, James Rein from the National.